And 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Real Social Proof Podcast with Mr. Sleepers for Suckers himself, David Shands. Let's get it.
All right, welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, man. With I am your co-host, David Shands at Sleep is for Suckers. I am into all things entrepreneurship, and we have the main co-host. Like, there's two co-hosts. I'm a co-host, and you like the co-host. You the co-host.
I don't know if I like when you do that.
No, you like the.
I'm not.
We're
the
like
main.
two co-hosts.
We are,
Yeah.
and I'm here. And so my name is Dacia Ruth, and you can find me on social media at Dacia Ruth. And that's DACIA RUTH. And I love all things entrepreneurship too. I love things business, and I help people get from the vision out of their head into actual. So I help them execute.
Absolutely. And I just have an idea for a podcast, and Dacia makes it all happen. You got to have one of those. Man, we got a special guest in the building, man.
Oh, man.
Somebody I have been a huge fan of.
Man.
Like, this is no cap, as the young folks say.
No cap.
I literally watched, like, every video that this gentleman had. And then, it was the craziest thing. I saw him like two of my he like two of my posts in a row.
Did, bro.
It didn't follow. I said,
That's how it happened, man.
That's how you knew you were big, huh?
I
Who, me?
said, oh
No,
my
they-
God.
Oh, him. I mean,
He
yeah.
legit when
It's
he got
popping.
him.
I was
Nah.
I fanned out a little bit, bro.
Somebody posted your video. Somebody that I follow posted your video, or shared it in a group chat or something, and I was like, "Oh, this is dope." And I'm the kind of person that, by the way, I dislike when people would tell me, "Follow me, dog. Follow me." Don't ask me to follow you.
Right. right.
I've never asked not one person in my entire life to follow me.
Right.
For what? If you gotta have somebody follow you, they following me. They following you because you asked them,
Right, exactly.
not because they want to.
Right.
So when I'm looking at your page, I said, "Oh, his page is dope." No, I saw the clip. I said, "Let me go to his page," and you had like a gang of stuff up there, and I was like, "Oh, this dude is dope."
Appreciate it.
And
man.
so
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
and so if I watched one video, I liked it. I watched another video, I liked it. And I said, if I like another video, I mean, I should follow him. Right. That's how that works.
Right.
What's the point of you can't like 3-4 videos in a row and then keep walking.
That's
right.
Go follow him. I
That's
clearly
right.
like what you got going.
Right.
Man.
So
Right.
let me try to keep. I'm saying if I want to keep watching your stuff and keep getting motivated or inspired or whatever, I'm gonna follow you. So I followed you, and then within 5 minutes, I was like, I got like a mention at mention or
Oh,
whatever.
for sure. I screenshotted
Right.
like when I saw that he followed me, and I had to
funny.
tell the world. I
I was like,
the girl
dude,
followed me.
that's crazy. And that quickly, I was a fan of him. Listen, before you did the whole story, by your page, I was like, I instantly got into your page, and I was like, damn, this dude is dope.
So let me give some behind the scenes, because for those that weren't here when we were setting up, David was fanning over fanning over your content, and he was like, let me pull up the videos. He's like, wait, let me pull up this video. So for those that are not in the studio with us, David made sure that I went through like 10 different, I like this one, and I like this one, and I like this one. So legit, David, you're a true fan. What made you a fan of his work?
Sure. Yo, I mean, for the people, first off, we got to properly introduce. We got
Yes,
Big
yes.
JAH in
Yes,
the
yes,
building.
yes.
I got too hype. I
What's happening?
didn't even say his name.
That's right.
What it do though, y'all? Atlanta and everybody else in the world that's tuning in. What's cracking with it? It's your big boy. It's your big homie. Big JAH. What's happening?
Big
JAH.
JAH.
Man, YouTube sensation. Yo, first off, I remember last time we went to L.A., we went to lunch.
Yeah.
And, I think this is the time before that. And you was kind of running down some of the numbers, like the views you got on YouTube alone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I think January, he's like, y'all got like 20 million this month. And 20. I'm thinking he got like 20-something million total. I'm like, oh, that's impressive.
Man,
But
it's a blessing.
That's
bro.
monthly, bro.
It's a blessing, especially for I always want to reiterate. Not to I'm not one of the people that can't accept compliments. I can take that, appreciate that, but I also be wanting to let people know, man. At one point in time, I didn't have nothing going on.
Not
Social
even
media.
that too long ago, though.
Right?
Yo, my man was telling me, he was like, yo, like a year ago, I was broke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A year ago, man, I was broke, man, and yeah, It was I was still making content because I enjoyed doing it, and I was trying to find a way to make money doing it. And I know people who was doing promos and making a little money off that, brand deals. I was like, how can I get to the brand deals? Damn, you know what I'm saying? And I did a couple brand deals here. They were very small though, nothing that you could really save up. You know, you can't put that in the bank and like I'm gonna save that for later.
Right.
I need to pay that with this rent. You know what I'm saying? I need to pay that rent with this now. So, and then it's I mean, before that I was a body. I'm gonna keep it. I wasn't super broke because I was a bodyguard. I did that for a while, for 4 years.
Right.
So I had some money, but broke meaning like I can't save and put it away for the future.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like, you know, I was that.
Who are you bodyguarding for?
Dizzy Wright. Shout out to my boy Dizzy Wright. What's happening? People who follow me now, who follow me years ago, know who Dizzy Wright is, and know that I was his bodyguard for almost 5 years.
Dizzy Wright, he's a big artist?
Big enough to need me. At the time,
and
you know what I'm
to
saying?
be able to pay you. So that's what's up.
True. But
Gotta be doing all right.
But to keep it, he would need 2 or 3 bodyguards. He just need about 1, you know.
Right.
And his energy is over. His music is super laid back and positive. So it's not like he needed me to shoot off to have it for shootouts and shit like that. It was more, shoot my name was dang. Sorry,
It's all
man.
good. You good.
Okay.
Shootouts and stuff like that. But more so just for people mobbing them, being excited to see him.
Gotcha.
You know, I gotta, you know, I'll back out, give him some race, give him some space and that kind of stuff.
You heard of Dizzy Wright?
I had not. So
No?
I'm glad that you helped me put some context
so
to
Dizzy
that.
Wright?
That's
No?
all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all
I mean,
good.
shoot.
That's all good.
I've been in Atlanta a couple times because of him. We've been in here doing
Really?
shows.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to look him up now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
If
sure.
if you want some bars,
What kind of
want-
music is it?
His music is
like
uplifting.
R&B?
No, it's rap. He's a
Okay,
rapper. He's
rap.
an MC. And you listen to his music, you're gonna be okay. This dude is dope.
Okay.
And I bank on that, not just because he's a homie. Because when I first heard about him, I wasn't impressed because I didn't listen to his music yet. And I was I know him because of his manager at the time. His manager is my boy, who I came up with in college. You know what I'm saying? So he's my manager now.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, okay, he wanted me to do security for this artist. Now I looked at the artist. I was like, all right. I think I watched the video. I was like, okay, cool. This dude, he's had it from head to toe, so from neck to toe, I should say.
Right.
And I was like, man, this
Headshot.
dude ain't no issue, right? He's not gonna be no issue. I don't want to be. I don't carry guns. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them armed guards. And now he's a real good dude. He smokes a lot of weed, but he's a very positive guy, and he is that.
Right.
He's a super stoner, but he's like one of the most positive guys I've met. You know what I'm saying? He's a
Gotcha.
very nice dude, young dude.
So Big
And,
JAH, go ahead and take it to the beginning.
Okay.
You shared a little earlier with me offline that you started this in how long ago, and how did you get from there to here? Because you said you really started making money about a year ago. But for those that want to be in your position or are aspiring to, or they creating content but they're not making money, walk us through that process to get to where you are now.
I'll just say this: I've been making sketches since high school. I'm 37, so
On what?
on VHS.
I'm about to say,
Really?
because there was no phone.
The Sony Handycams?
On high 8mm Sony, high 8mm.
Really?
Bro. Yeah, I got videos I was doing when I was like 18. You know what I'm saying? Half a lifetime ago. So I've been doing this for a long time.
Okay.
And I knew I played ball, so I was going to college to play football, and I knew I wanted to major in film. And film is, I have a degree in film. So that's what I wanted to do since I was like a teenager.
So you're not new to this.
I'm not new to this at all. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And that's probably why I'm at the position I'm in.
Okay.
That's why everything hit not so
Yeah.
fast, but when
Yeah.
it hit fast.
Yeah.
Yo, so was it like in Living Color that sparked skits?
And then the color
or-
Martin. You know what I'm saying? People who've been watching my earlier stuff know that Martin is a huge influence. Martin, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, you know. So, and if you look at when it comes to I'm layered. So when it comes to hood, my comedy is hood. So the Friday, the Wood,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Don't Be a Menace. So those things, those movies are what shaped my influence and what I want to do. When you see me do a sketch or you see me do a movie, it's gonna have that same type of feel.
Gotcha,
Hood, good,
gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? That hood comedy.
But why skits? What I'm trying to think is like, why would, like, when you put a skit together back, that now it's obviously because you could think, okay, if I do enough skits, I can get a following and I can build my Instagram.
That's what it is.
money.
Okay, so let's get into that.
But back then, it wasn't like that. So what's the point of doing this?
Where were you even posting that stuff? Or who got to see
I
it? You would
wouldn't
play
It wasn't even on
It was
YouTube
for
back
You're right.
then,
It
right?
was
It was
nowhere
for
to
the
post
homies.
it.
It was for the
So
homies.
people would come over
homies.
to the crib and then you would just go ahead and pop in your VHS.
Yes. I had a camera, And at one
So
point
this was
in time,
for real friends, physical friends.
Right.
This is for homies that nobody saw. It's
Hood
videos, and I got videos that maybe 6 to 7 people might have seen. Period. In the last 20 years, because we will shoot a sketch for us, and then because there was no YouTube, there was no,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was maybe have somebody come to the house and put it up on TV. Hey man, this is what we did last night. We did a little dumb short.
With no
sketches.
rhyme or reason.
No rhyme or reason. I just love doing it, and we was ahead of our time. If we was, you know who Dormtainment is?
Yeah, for
Dormtainment?
sure. They put
Shout out
on
to
a
them.
movement. They had a
Shout
movement.
Shout out to them because I remember watching them. I'm like, the most impressive thing I had seen was them at the time. Of course, we saw the Daystorms, the King Batches, but them dudes was like 5, 6 dudes together,
Right.
all together, and that's hard to do, to get 5 multiple people, whether it's women or dudes, to all support each other and put the same content out and work hard together. You know what I'm saying? And it's because sometimes you're like, man, can you come over here and hold the camera? Man, I'm over here doing this, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody getting paid for it at the time.
That's right.
So I really like looked at those dudes like, man, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I was shooting it. We was just doing it for ourselves. We didn't have no platform to put it up on. And so when we did, by the time there was a YouTube, a Facebook with the videos, the IG, a Vine, all the homies went on. We all graduated from college. They all teachers
Grown,
and
got kids.
firefighters and shit.
Right,
I mean, so ain't nobody. I'm the only one that's still goofy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
that's what it is.
I'm still on these videos
Right,
though.
right.
Who gonna run in?
It's a couple. It's a few of my homeboys that's my size that was out there just doing sketches, being silly. And we was known around our city or in our high school or neighborhood as the dudes that play ball, but they goofy as hell,
Right,
be
right.
funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that really stuck with it, which is why I was broke for so long. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
So I was a teacher for a while, man.
Really?
I taught for 4 years, man. Yeah. Bodyguard 4 years after
Is that before the bodyguard or?
Before the bodyguard.
Okay, so
I
you
quit my job as a teacher to go on the road and start doing
What grade did
bodyguard
you
work.
teach? I'm just curious.
High school, so 9th grade, 12th grade.
put your hands on anybody.
Absolutely.
Because body. Did
That's
you
what I'm
really?
saying.
Hey, man. Hey, that's why I quit.
Were
man.
the kids scared of you?
What?
Were they scared of
It
you?
was both. Because
Okay.
I was a goofy teacher. I was the nicest teacher, and I also was a teacher that was
They could rough
Hold
you
on.
up.
Tell me why you quit. He said, of course. So, oh yeah, because this is L.A.
yeah.
This ain't Kansas City.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't.
Yeah, I worked in the
I
facility.
need a story, bro. Give me a story.
Man, you know, you walk into a situation where you like, man, kids, you know, I'm gonna teach, you know, and I worked in the mental hospital too. It was a mental hospital / like not charter school, but it was like a private school for these kids that they lived there too. They lived at the house. They lived at this place. They went to school at this place, and they also got treated. You know what I'm saying, for medical situations, you know, at this spot too. So I was a teacher there. I substitute taught at other places as well, but that was my main place. That's my main school. And so sometimes you get to school, it's not even about teaching. It's about keeping them safe and keeping them other kids safe around other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's a lot of violence going on. A lot of violence going on in this school, and I know why they hired me. You know what I'm saying? You know, they hired me for the physique. You know what I'm saying?
right,
For the
right.
size and make sure that, you know, people. So I don't have to do too much. I don't gotta yell or scream too much. I just go, hey man,
Right.
I'm gonna need you to sit down.
Right.
If I sit you down,
But
know
give
what
me
I'm
give me one time where you got physical.
oh, could you on here?
Yeah.
You know how long? I don't know what the statute. No. You know what? I can do that because you know, I just won't say the names and nothing like
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was like an everyday situation. So I got
Really?
thousands. I got gang of stories. Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you one. My reputation up there got pretty cool. I was a cool, funny dude, funny teacher, and I also was the one that I hit the corner. They call them units. The hallways are called units, or it's like units like there's different sections of this place. There's, you know, I'm not gonna say the names of it, but this is this place, that place, and oh yeah, they need some help on that unit. So I go on that unit, and you can hear the people screaming at the kids or whatever. Fuck y'all! Oh, she's my dang, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's all
Oh,
good.
I'm
It's
so
all
sorry. I
good.
see her face. She's like, oh, this dude.
It's all good. You good.
Man,
You
I
good. Be yourself.
apologize.
We
It's
got
all good.
we got Donald on it.
That's
He's
right.
editing
That's
everything.
right.
We good.
Man.
He gonna hook us up.
All right,
It's all
so
good.
I'm hearing all the screaming, the cussing, and I'm not going nowhere, this and the other, and I come on the block, and they'll be like, why you go get him? Oh, y'all couldn't handle it by yourself. I was that dude, you know what I'm saying? So I get there, and this is a girl. It's a big girl. She's sizey, though. She's about 300-something pounds. About
She
5.
fire on you?
Oh, man. I called her bluff. I mean, she called I said, you come out the room. Come out the room. And get out of my room. Get out of my room or I'm going to sock you in the face. So you're not gonna sock me in the face. Come on. No one hits me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, the boys though, they already know. The boys know better. The girl, most people know better. I'm gonna punch you in the face. And there's other staff around. They're like, get him out. She just did not want me in that room. It's like 4 or 5 staff around inside her room. But when I walked in, she lost. Like, oh, get out of my room. You get out of my room. I was like,
you looking like a challenge at this point.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me just. Yeah, come on now. I get out the room when you come with me. Come on. And I'm gonna punch you in the face. No, you're not. She said like 3, 4 times, man. I said, you're not gonna punch me. Just walk to the room, walk to the timeout room, and just have a good 15 minutes. Sit down, just chill. I'm gonna punch you in the face. You know, bow.
Fired
on me. Full flush. You know what I'm saying?
She caught you clean.
Yeah. Man.
And so we can't talk about the rest of that conversation.
That was not, only people that need to know. Only people that know about that were there.
Right.
They were there at that moment in that unit.
Okay.
Let me just clarify. I didn't beat her up or nothing like that.
Sure.
I don't.
Of course not.
And that's one thing I would say. This.
Did you stumble?
I didn't stumble. You know what? But
Did she get you dizzy? Was you dizzy?
I've been dizzy before, but not from
like a teenager.
Nah.
Girl.
It hurt though. It hurt. And I was upset too.
Right.
And I think that's why I was upset, because it hurt.
Right.
And she didn't stumble me, man. But
like if she'd have caught another little girl with that, lights out.
Oh yeah. You should have called another staff member. I done seen dudes get stumbled, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Right. I didn't took L's before. I didn't got knocked out in the game, but in practice before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not indestructible. She didn't stumble me. I done lost a track and field race to a girl before in high school. So I'll take L's. I'm one of them dudes that will keep it 100. Oh yeah, she stumbled me if she did, but I didn't get stumbled. But it shocked me. And I wasn't embarrassed, but I was more like, it hurt. I'm like, this girl hurt me. I felt the pain in my
like, you gotta touch your lip, like, what?
Yeah. And I walked there and take a break, man. It was like, man, you can go home if you want to, man. They saw my reaction. Let me just say this. She got in the timeout room.
Right. For sure.
Within seconds after that.
Right.
You know, but I didn't beat her up or nothing like that.
That's it. What would you have done? You try to restrain somebody?
Oh, yeah. They gonna
fire on you.
Something pretty like this walk into there as a staff member. Oh, they gonna try you as soon as you walk in there.
What would you do in that situation? You trying to break it up?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I would have did, especially if I would have got hit. Because then that's a place where you just go into fight or flight mode.
That's crazy you said that. That's exactly the phrases that they use when you go into training for this job. You got to go, even as a teacher, you got to go in there and train.
How to get through that.
Restraint, fight or flight, all that stuff.
Because I could just think of either I'm going to retreat or I'm going to just try to fight her back.
Right.
And try to pick up a chair. Because I'm at that point, if she hurt you, I'm sure she would have hurt me.
Oh,
so then I couldn't probably do a fist fight. I'm not really a fighter. But I'd probably pick up a chair or something.
And you don't even know what you do until you're in that situation,
I don't know.
It's nice to say, well, it's a little girl. She ain't know. She probably angry. I just grabbed her, restrain her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some of these girls, like, they'll have a pretty female staff member.
They just try you just because.
As soon as you get on,
that's crazy.
They be like, hey, excuse me, you work here? They know she work here because you can't be back here unless you're an employee.
Right.
It's like a key card. You got to, you know what I'm saying? It's a key fob just to get through the thick metal doors.
Right.
So you back here, you either a nurse, you're a visitor, like you dropping off some medicine or something, or you a parent. And chances are they're gonna put you in. They wouldn't put you in the unit. They'll put you in one of those rooms to meet up with the kids and stuff. But
you ever think about doing any skits about that?
Yeah, of
scenario.
One day when I have like I won't do it unless I have the proper location.
Yeah.
I gotta have like
actual school that you could shoot in or something.
You know what I'm saying? And it has to be a school with like doors that you gotta like lock, because every door is beep. You got it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you got to. We had keys for a little bit, but that takes too long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So it has to look like a place that's like a hospital / house / school.
Gotcha.
That's what it was. You know.
So fast forward to like when you really started doing these videos. What was the first one in the journey of being consistent?
Oh man, Tiberius.
So explain who Tiberius is.
So let me say real quick. Let me try to do it as fast as possible.
Okay.
2017, I go to Sundance Film Festival with my homeboy. And my homeboy from college. We met, we was like 17, 18 years old. And we was in college, and we both played football. We was both trying to get to the league. He got to the league. I didn't. But we always talked about film. We were sitting in the dorm rooms doing trivia, watching movies all day. And he started making films. And we went to film. I went to Sundance with him. If y'all know what Sundance Film Festival is, he won.
Oh, wow.
He won the whole thing. You know, he got Best Picture. And I
one
That's
that's
a
in the
huge
league right
deal.
he's done with it. We've grown.
Oh, gotcha,
We grown. Now he had
Sundance
league
Film
now.
Festival, of course,
Yeah.
for those that are creatives and are in the video and film space, it's the mecca of
Film
creating film. And so
That-
for him to win, that's like huge. Like he won a Grammy essentially.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
he won for those
Absolutely.
to give context for those that may not know.
It was over 1,000 people in the room, in the award room, and the
You
ceremony.
have celebrities there. You have some of the
Everybody.
top filmmakers there. You have the who's who is in the room. So
Exactly.
you want to have your film at Sundance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we submitted 5 years prior to that. We submitted the film that we all did together. Me, him, and another buddy of mine that we all went to school together. And we didn't get in. They sent us a letter saying, thank you for your submission, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, they said nah. And so fast forward to 5 years later, he submits another film that's way better produced. It's literally independent but highly produced film. And he got in and he won.
So a little gem, we try to drop gems. So a little gem there is if you get told no, go ahead and retreat and upgrade and come back even better. Learn from the no and then proceed and keep going. Don't let that.
Right. This is a dude that I know from beginning. When he had we shot a movie in 2012 and he had no understanding of the position producer. He didn't know what he was doing. He overspent, underspent, and mismanaged his money. And you know what I'm saying? Didn't know. And that was a great learning curve, a learning situation for him, myself included, because I was a DP on the movie.
Nice.
And my other boy wrote it. And
What job didn't you have? Because you keep
Right,
coming out
my
the bag
man.
with all the
Yeah,
jobs.
I've done, when it comes to production, when it comes to filmmaking, I've wrote stuff for people, I've directed stuff for people, I've shot most of the stuff for people, and I produced everything. Like I'm not really a producer. I can produce, but the producing is you got to put everything together, multi-manage everything. And I've done sound for people. You know, I've done this.
Okay.
I've been the person that will
Set up.
podcast, setting up the cameras. I've done everything. You know.
So I think that's also helpful for people to know because they see you now with the millions of followers or the millions of views on YouTube. And so they think you just rolled out of bed one day and was like, let me just go get my camera and start shooting this. You have 20 years or more in the game. You've been doing this since high school. You went to school for film. You've been in you've been serving in all these capacities and learning each of the roles so that then when you get to the position where now you're the front-facing person, you're not a novice at this.
No, not at all.
So
and it doesn't mean that you got to go to college and film school to do this. You don't. If you want to, it's ideal. If you think you want to, then do that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
And
I don't regret.
went to school for this.
I went to school for this, and I don't regret it at all. Some folks, but I know lawyers who went to law school and be like, man, I got $200,000 in debt.
Yeah,
I got debt too.
And they hate it.
And they hate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, I mean, the experience was great. You know what I'm saying? I met people. I didn't keep in contact with a lot of filmmakers because back then I was a football player.
Right.
That was a film major.
That was a dream. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the dream. And then now that football wasn't in the picture no more, I still just like, I was a personal trainer 100 pounds ago. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
You're a personal trainer too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, this boy, Jah, he been getting to it.
Yeah, man.
He's staying
I was
busy.
doing at one point in time, I was doing everything but filmmaking. I used to live in the Bay. I was in the Bay. I started doing comedy out there, and then I finally had a talk with my boy's father. He was like, "Man, didn't you go to school for film?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "What are you doing here? Why? And you from LA? Move back home and do that."
Like go home.
I was like, yeah, you're right. So Sundance Film Festival 2017.
Yep.
I got back there. It's January now. It's the end of January, so early February. And I'm like, my boy is basically leaving me in the dust. Not like it's not a race at all, but it just made me feel like I saw the progression. We were at one point in time we were in the same. In 2012, I was teaching him stuff. I was telling him how to do certain things. By 2017, he's teaching me things about the same industry. I'm like, he done learned so much more over the last 5 years. So what am I doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was a bodyguard. I had already stopped. I already stopped teaching. I was doing security for Dizzy, and then I was like, man, that's cool. But when I'm on the road, I'm doing that. When I'm at home, I'm just basically in the wind trying to do the music videos and stuff like that. So let me get myself out there. And for a long time, I was the one shooting for all the comics, especially all the black comics in L.A. If they had a sketch called Jahdai, they'll hire me to shoot their sketches before the camera phones. It was just that. It was, you know what I'm saying? So then it got to the point where everyone don't need me no more. They got camera phones now, which is fine. And then I started doing sketches again because of the Sundance situation, and I was supposed to go to Europe to do security, and I couldn't go. At the last minute, he was like, man, we only got room for four people on the bus, on the tour bus, so we're not going to bring you this time. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, damn, that's 2 months out of my life that I thought I was going to have to be gone. So what I'm going to do now? Because all the gigs I was going to do, I said no to because I was going to be on the road making money. So now I'm like, damn, well, shit, I got these cameras, I got this know-how, and let me just jump on these sketches and put myself in front of the camera. But that was the hard part because no one knew how to shoot with cameras. Everybody wanted to shoot and be actors and stuff like that, but no one knew how to use cameras. And the cameramen that I did know, they're real cameramen. They get paid. You know what I'm saying? So
you got the budget.
Right. I don't have the budget for that. Even if they're my friends too. But you got to shoot consistently, weekly. So I know they wasn't going to be able to do that. Even if they wanted to, they wouldn't be able to afford to do that. So I was like, damn, okay. So I had to find some people that can just hold the camera. I focused it for them. I just hold the camera right there steady. And that's how I started doing it. My boy Clayton, he shot the first introduction to
Clayton
Tiberius.
Thomas, CT, right?
CT. Shout out to CT, man. I'm in the back of his house, like his alley. That what to do those? The big homie Tiberius. That's in the back of his house, and he's shooting the camera. He don't even know how to use the camera. I'm focusing it for him, holding it. He's like, damn, this shit heavy, dog. This shit heavy. And so we action. I come out there. I'm doing 1,000 takes, to make sure I get it right.
Yeah. And
that's how it started. That was in February. That was in March.
Right.
I did maybe 2 or 3 sketches before that. They did cool. It was funny. People liked them, but people who were my homies liked them. And I hit it with Tiberius, and that was like the 4th or 5th sketch I did. And Facebook took it, and it just went.
So when did you start making money?
Last July. Last July 2018.
Well, started monetizing the videos.
Monetizing. I'm making money before that, but monetizing my videos on YouTube was last July.
Right, because most people, they shoot skits because they just want to do skits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's, do it for the love.
They want to be popular.
But were you doing it to be popular, or you was like, oh wow, I can make X amount of dollars from YouTube?
Nothing about popularity. Nah, I love making film, and so really, I'm a filmmaker that came down to social media and started doing sketches. You asked earlier, why sketches? Sketches or short films, like baby films, little midget films. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I was like, well, because I got short films I shot already. Me and Barry shot a film in 2012. The same year I shot the other film, my other boy. We shot a film called Perfect Plan in 2012. We premiered it that July, and in 2012 that summer we at the downtown independent theater in downtown LA. We filmed. We premiered our movie. People was rolling off of it. It was a successful movie as far as it being funny.
Right.
We made a lot of mistakes on that too, with sound and certain things, but it was funny. People loved it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. I knew we had something there, and that was what 2012. That was 7 years ago.
Right.
So me and Barry got together, and I put him in this sketch called when the whole crew was stupid. Knowing what he can bring. You don't got to direct him. You got to just tell him this is the energy and go. You know what I'm saying? And he's a savage with it. He's super quick with it. He
was that one of the first ones with Tiberius?
No.
Or
this the whole crew was stupid started last year.
Right.
Tiberius started in 2014.
2014. Gotcha.
No, I'm sorry, 2017.
Yeah, okay.
2 years ago.
But then it took you a year before you started monetizing your videos. So that year, you were consistent or no? I
was super consistent.
Okay.
Every week. I told myself this is one thing I lacked was consistency when it came to putting out my own content. I was always available to shoot other people's stuff or so they would hire me to edit their videos or edit their film or their movie or something like that. But when it came to my stuff, that I didn't have a brand yet. I was just the guy that everyone knew was funny, and that was dope with the camera and was dope with the editing.
Gotcha.
So it really took for that dry season or that misfortune of, dang, I thought I was about to go on tour, and
I was disappointed. Not at anyone, but I was just like, man, what I'm gonna do for bread?
Yeah. Right.
And even though picking up the camera to shoot these sketches wasn't gonna make me no bread either.
Yeah.
But I just knew that's what I love to do, and that's what I was here to do. That's why I stopped doing security. I stopped teaching to do that. You know what I'm saying? I need to focus on.
So it wasn't just right after you got punched in the face that the next day you resigned.
Oh no. Oh no. I know. I got my get back. I didn't get punched in the face. I seen that though. I seen people quit the first day.
Right.
We walk in like, and they turn their keys in right away.
Right.
I worked 2010.
It was a calculated decision.
Oh yeah. I used to be in the classroom in between classes, like, okay, how much money am I making every day here? I need to be able to make this doing film or doing film.
But the idea wasn't let me make the money off the skits at first. Yours is like, okay, I need to do some stand-ins, some what's it called? I know they do them in Atlanta where you're on set all day. And
yeah. I've done extra work for years.
Right.
Even when I was teaching.
Right.
When I was a teacher, while I was a personal trainer, while I was a bodyguard, I was always doing what? By the time I started bodyguarding, I wasn't doing as much extra work. I was getting actually roles here and there.
Right.
But I was an extra for, so many commercials.
Wow.
I was a stand-in for T.O. back in the day.
Wow.
When I was in shape and shit.
I really want to dig into the like the monetization of YouTube. When did you know, wow, I'm going to make some money off this joint? Did one of them go first? And you and people
Did
ask you,
something go viral?
I had
like,
6 cents.
why you ain't got no?
My revenue said 6 cents.
Right.
I was looking for a video. I was looking for an app to download more YouTube videos for. Because when I was doing voiceovers a lot too. I was doing I would take my favorite movies and do voiceovers for like Antoine Fisher, Boomerang.
Oh, gotcha.
And I do voiceovers for those movies. And so a lot of the time I would go to YouTube it's an app. I used to have an app called Best Video. You type in you go into YouTube through that app. You can download any YouTube video. That for some reason the creator of that app discontinued it. They stopped working on it. So now it was no longer a valid app. Right. So I'm like, damn, let me get another app. Go on my app and go on the iPhone, the Apple Store, and just type in YouTube downloader, and then this app called YT Studio popped up. That was the first thing that popped up. I said, oh, maybe this is a app that I can rip videos from. I clicked on it, downloaded it, and I go into it, and I'm like, oh, man, I can't download no videos with this.
I love how it was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident for real. And then it was like the analytics, like the charts. It was all those. Well, I didn't care nothing about those.
Right.
I was like, man, this is an analytics app. Now I'm about to delete this, and I'm literally about to close out of it and delete it, and I see earned revenue, and I'm like, revenue. It says 6 cents. 6 pennies. I was like, that ain't no money. But I was like, but it's money.
But it's
I said, hold on. I said, is my YouTube page monetized? I've had this Big JAH video, this Big JAH page since 2011. Didn't know it. Because back in the day, I was inconsistent, but I was always thinking about trying to start a page, and I started this page, and then left it alone for literally 7 years.
Right.
I left it alone for 6, 7 years, and I'm like, oh, but I guess I would put videos on it every now and then, and they would never go viral or never do a lot of numbers. But if I put a video up in 2013, by 2017, it's 4 years later, it's going to get some views over the years. Right. And
so funny, John. My boy sent me. So this is, I really, since that conversation we had, when you're like, when you were telling me that Facebook pays more than YouTube,
right?
And you were telling me some of the numbers that you got on YouTube, and I'm like, dang, he must be getting bags off of both. Crazy. So I reached out to my boy Jose, and I was like, I know my YouTube page is monetized. I just don't know where the money is or how to get it.
You?
Yeah. So my boy, he got my login, my man Jose. So look, I got an estimated revenue. I got $337.14 in the tuck.
You in the game, bro.
And I don't know where the $52 came from. But
that's probably from the previous month. That's probably for the previous month.
What you mean? Am I making $52 a month?
It depends. Well, I have to see it. That's a screenshot. Yeah.
I'm not log into my YouTube, so you can.
So for our
navigate.
Listeners, David, tell us then how did you met up with, or you called Jose, and he helped you to figure out how you were monetizing your page. But then walk us through that. So for people that may not know, do you want to give them a little heads up? I mean, he just hooked you up. I called
him, said my boy JAH is making bread off of YouTube, okay? And I need to figure out, do I have some money somewhere? He's like, all right, I'll look into it. So they need
to hire somebody to.
Oh, for sure, 100%. So I told him, and he got this great idea. I don't know if he wants to put this idea. Y'all gonna see it though. We'll be dropping a lot of content, but instead of like long videos, we're going to say, because I'll do an hour interview with somebody and I'll put the whole hour up. But what he's going to be doing is dropping 15 minutes of the interview, like episode 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the same interview.
Nice.
Just dropping it 4 times more consistently because then there's more views and, you know.
That's what Vlad does. Vlad TV.
Yeah.
Do that?
Vlad TV, he'll drop a video. It'll be 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes of an interview. And just somebody just in front of the camera and him off camera talking to them. And it's just high quality, looks good. The lighting is great. And the background is just, it's a regular, it could be this, you know, and it make it look nice light-wise. And then he'll do 4 or 5 parts of that interview.
Same interview, right?
It's an hour interview, maybe hour and 20, and he break it down to like 5, 6 different parts. And after he breaks it down, like every 2 or 3 days, he drops part 2.
Yeah.
3 days later, part 3.
Give me the rationale behind that, though.
And because people watch, I watch.
But they may not watch the whole hour.
Not the whole hour, no.
Right.
Chances are you don't have time.
Right.
But I got time to watch this 9 to 12 minute video of Big U. Big U is an OG out here in LA. And so when me personally, the type of person I am and how I grew up, if I get an interview, if I see an interview with Big U being the subject, I'm going to watch it because I want to hear what he got to say.
Right.
And so somebody who's from Atlanta might not even care who Big U is and might not even pay attention to it. But he knows, you know, he got so much content up there. It might be an OG from Atlanta who I don't even know is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know who Jay Prince was from Houston.
Right.
But somebody from Texas will listen and watch
already
that whole video.
Yeah.
But if I see Jay Prince, I've seen Jay Prince's interviews and didn't watch because I don't know who he is.
Right.
So he has so much content that people will watch. Some people might watch a whole hour, but what they'll do is they'll watch 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, another 12 minutes, and then a week later he'll put the whole hour and 20 minutes up.
Right.
Nice.
And people will rewatch it. And it's
so piece, then the whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, all right, we doing that too.
This
We out here, John.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the bag, man.
Get to the bag.
So explain this YouTube and Facebook money for us, man, please, and how it works.
I'm not gonna, I was just start off saying I ain't gonna say how much money it is, but it's you can change your life with it. You can change your life with it if you consistently making good videos. Good videos doesn't mean it's good to you; it's good to the people. So when I say I make good videos, I'm only saying they're good because people are watching them.
This podcast is sponsored by DonaldTheVoice.com. For all your audio and video needs, I'm here for you. Sound good, look good, be good. The official editor and producer of the Social Proof Podcast, Donald the Voice. And now, back to the show.
All right, so let me tell you. So John hit me last night. Right? And he's like,
not early last night, like
I'm talking about
late.
after. You know, I don't get out of church till like 9:30.
Yeah.
So he was
man.
like, yo, real quick, man, I need some T-shirts printed. I'm like, yo, how many? I'm thinking you like need a shirt. I'm like, all right, this dude at the mall, he'll print them.
Yeah.
He's like 50 to 100. I'm like, dang, it's Sunday. No shops are open on Sunday.
Right.
So I'm calling everybody I know. Somehow I lead to a guy who has wholesale T-shirts, and he just opened up the shop for me. So I had to go get 100 shirts. I had to come from Stone Mountain up here to Chamblee to get the shirts.
Yeah.
And then go from Chamblee down to my boy. He got a shop on the west side. And he actually goes to church with me too. I was like, yo, bro, I need a favor. So I dropped the shirts off, then I go pick up an oven, then go to the house, then come back. My morning's been crazy.
That's
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's why you sounded the way you sounded when I called you.
Oh, bro, this has been a morning.
Had you said no, bro, it would have been all good, bro. I would have been right here.
I know, but I execute. That's what we do.
That's what we
True.
do.
That's what we
You're
do.
savage,
here.
bro.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like this kind of stuff, especially for I don't like it's. You got to have a brand that like people can come to you and you know they're gonna be they know they're gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me for favors sometimes, and I always want to be the person that if you need something, I'm gonna make it happen. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, shots.
I told him that too, because he don't know you. He was like, "Hey man, is he gonna call you back?" I said, "Yeah, man." He said, "You think he gonna be able to get that done?" I was like, "Not on something he needs to get it done. Right. He knows the stakes. He knows that it was super last minute, and that he was expecting you to say no." Right. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was gonna be out of luck. I said, "Let me call David." And who's David? I said, "David's man, the guy I was telling you about with the Sleepers for Suckers." Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I said he got a shop, and he don't got a shop, but he knows people who do have one.
Yeah.
who has one, and so that's how it happened. So he was like, "Hey man, he not gonna say yeah," and I have it. I said, I don't know him that long, but I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I'm an energy guy. And I told you since the first day we met, I said, your energy is dope. He's not the kind of guy. If he can't do it, he'll just tell you, "Hey, bro, I can't do it."
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know that about you, even if I don't know that about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's clap it up for the street cred for Jay.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh,
yeah. All you got is your brand, man. But, okay, back to YouTube money, because I'm trying to get some.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are, it was one thing, obviously you got to get into your numbers, but it was one thing you told me the reason why you do the bloopers at the end. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was super genius.
We keep it 100 on YouTube. It doesn't matter how long the video is. The video can be a minute. It could be 3 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. On Facebook, it needs to be 3 minutes at least. Mm-hmm. And so because of that, I wasn't going to do. I just made sure that my videos in general were going to be 3 minutes.
Right.
So if I had an idea and the sketch didn't take that long and it's like a minute and 53 seconds only, I'm like, damn, I need to stretch this out to 3 minutes.
Right.
So for one, the bloopers were. I used to always love bloopers on the DVDs. You know what I'm saying? Or at the end of Martin, the episode, they show like a couple bloopers.
That was the best part of his show.
Boom,
that was the best part.
So I was like, I remember being in high school, like, man, I want to do that. I want to be able to make money as an actor, making people laugh and making myself laugh on set and just having fun. That was the perfect job for me when I was in high school. And so I'm kind of pretty much doing that now. Without the network, I'm out on TV, but I'm on, damn near TV now. Right. So the bloopers were because of that. I like to see. I figure people might like how I like to see the behind the scenes stuff, the mess ups, the bloopers, the bloopity bloops.
Right.
So I did it for that. On top of that, I know they would prolong that 153 video, that minute and 53 second video, to 3 minutes or plus. So I know I can make that on Facebook now. And it's still content that people can be entertained by. So it's not like it's not bull crap. Mm-hmm. It's real content still. It's just not. It's the behind the scenes of what you just saw.
Right. And John knows his numbers too, because he was saying that 20% of the people actually watch the bloopers. Right.
Yeah.
Like 80% just turn it off after the video.
Some people don't watch it. Yes.
Right. But even that extra 20% is monetized. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just for the bloopers. Isn't that crazy? I thought that was genius.
Yeah. So that's why the bloopers are there. And on top of that, it shows that some people don't want to show the mess ups, but I mess up all the time. Yeah. Now the biggest challenge for me would be like plays. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where you can't just say cut. Oops, my bad.
You gotta keep going.
Right.
So I shout out to live actors who are on stage every night doing a play straight through. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so the bloopity bloops are a real thing, and that's kind of like how I kind of show the process, and show that even when I'm angry, the scene, some of the scenes I do are real intense, real violent, seeming, and then you see the behind the scenes, and I'm laughing through it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might do 4 takes, and 3 of the takes, I'm like, and I start laughing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, but the final product is you see me just snatching somebody up, and I'm throwing them around. And I remember my dad when he was still alive saw one of my videos, and he called me. He was like, "Son, man, I see something. You something on TV on the internet that I ain't like. It made me feel good." Mm-hmm. He just saw me like slap. It was like he might have saw Tiberius, I think.
Right.
And he just didn't like it. He didn't like seeing me like that. And I was like, "Dad, it's acting, props to you." He was like, I know. He saw more videos. He was like, it just caught him off guard to see me like that. But and then he saw the behind the scenes. He just said, "Okay,
Gotcha. So if somebody wanted, what are some of the steps to monetize your YouTube and your Facebook? Like, are you able to walk us through some of the settings on?
Yep. I would have to be on the computer to do that.
All right, we on the computer right now. Let's go. Let me see my. I'm about to log into my YouTube. All right, so I'm logged into my YouTube. Oh crap!
All right.
Hold on. All right, I'm logging into my YouTube. So what do you have to do to monetize?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's been so long. If Mix was here, he'd probably be able to take you straight to everything. All right, YouTube Studio. Let's do that first.
YouTube Studio Beta. All right, we click YouTube Studio Beta.
And then, hold on, what is this right here?
I got a couple little numbers.
What's this right here?
No, that's the interview. That's where we at. That's where we're recording right here.
I want to make this.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
All right, so.
I know. I want to keep it like that.
QuickTime? What you mean? How do I record what?
QuickTime, so you record what you're doing.
I don't know how to do that. All right, Tom got me.
See, I want you to keep it like this as opposed to it.
So I want to know. Okay, so Tom is about to record my screen. So you remember it later? Okay. Oh no! Oh, for the video. You the man, Tom. See, no matter what you think about the B-roll. Yeah, let me ask you a question, John, real quick.
What's up, bro?
He's gonna make me mad. Do you think? So this was his story. You know Gary Vee. You watch V, right?
Yeah, I don't know his. Yes.
So Tom says,
I follow him.
Hold on. Okay. Tom says if it wasn't for D-Rock, who is his cameraman, right? Then
Is he simply? I don't really know, but just to define it, is D-Rock simply his cameraman, or does he
Yes,
do
he's Gary Vee's
graphics?
cameraman.
He doesn't do anything else. He
I
just.
think he's just a video guy.
Okay.
But anywho,
Yeah.
he
Right.
says if it wasn't for D-Rock, Gary Vee wouldn't be Gary Vee.
Who says
What-
this?
Him. So he's saying if it wasn't for that guy, then Gary Vee couldn't be. You didn't say that?
I'm saying it takes two.
It does take two. But my point is, D-Rock or his videographer is easier to replace than a Gary Vee.
It's like it's like trying to say like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Like that was destined for Gary
Whoa.
D-Rock to be there for him.
If Scottie wasn't there, Michael Jordan would have turned somebody else into Scottie Pippen.
Okay, this is a good.
That's
This
how I
is a
feel
good
about
debate.
it.
Well, let's get
Well-
Josh's perspective on it.
Yeah.
Okay. It
If you
depends
take the
on.
Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen,
It depends on because I've been both. I've been literally the Big Jaw, and I've been this guy most of the time. Most of the time,
Right.
and it depends on how good he is. Like he just added something that you didn't know how to do. He just did that for you.
Right. For
That
sure.
that's not cameraman stuff though.
Right.
Okay, that's like a production tech, or that's someone that does. So that's that. To me, that one thing you just did just made you more valuable than a cameraman.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Or a camera operator, or a DP.
Sure.
A DP and a director is I feel like a DP and a director is Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. If we talking cameraman, like based off of depending on what it is, if I'm looking at Gary Vee sitting in a chair, and or you sitting in your chair eating Doritos, whoever's behind the camera, it could be anybody. If I'm just looking at you straight on,
Right.
push and record, that could be anybody. Then you can replace that person.
Right.
But if the person is like, hey man, we need we need 4 bank lights, a 4 bank Kino,
Sure.
a 2 bank on this side, we need a fill over there,
Right.
and we need to boom. You know what I'm saying? This camera's gonna be right here. This camera, that person is important.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That dude is adding
Absolutely.
that dude or that woman is adding production to the to what Gary Vee or what David Shands is doing.
Right.
If he's not doing that, that could be replaceable.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
let's put it that way. Somebody that does all that, like super valuable, right? For you, because you're the talent, right?
Right. Truth.
Is it harder, like in this scenario, if say Tom is that guy, right? Because Tom does that. Like
Right.
I'm not
Maybe-
saying Tom is like super valuable, 100%. But is it easier to replace you, or is it easier to replace that guy that does all the B-roll stuff?
It's easy to replace the guy that not the B-roll stuff, but the behind the camera operator.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. 100%.
And I'm saying this literally with the understanding that I was the camera operator. So I'm not. I know how hard it is. I know how valuable I was, and I know how valuable a camera operator can't be as well.
sure.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? For example, I mean, when I first started shooting my sketches, I was teaching these guys how to do it. All they were doing they were just bodies holding the camera.
Right.
I said, man, let's do it again, man, because you kind of cut my head off. Give me some headspace.
Right.
Oh, my bad. And so the next day they bring it up and they keep it steady. Their shoulders get tired. And I'm like, all right, man, they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But they are operating the camera for me because that's all I have at the time.
Right.
That person can be replaced. See what I'm saying? To keep it 100.
Right.
Now, someone like, it's a guy named Theo. Shout out to Theo. Even all the guys that I work with before now, these first 2 years, are guys who are not camera operators. They're just holding the camera because that's all we have. We started holding cameras for each other. You You know what I'm saying? I taught Minx how to use the camera.
Right.
At first, he was like, Minx be sitting. If it's not his sketch, he just sitting there chilling. If he's not, or he might be acting in the sketch. But at one point in time, I was like, hey, man, yo, Minx, bro, let me teach you how to shoot. So when someone's not available, you can shoot for me. I taught him how to shoot. Right. Before that, he didn't know how to shoot. Now he shoots. Now he can shoot. I don't have to tell him nothing. He's good at it now. Yeah. So a cameraman who just point and shoot can be replaceable. Someone who's it's hard to say because when I look at Gary Vee, his videos, I'm like, damn, who the hell is shooting that? I'm not because it's just him sitting on the stage or him sitting in the room being shot. But I also consider what can be going on behind the scenes.
For sure.
And if it's a camera operator can be replaced.
Right.
Excuse me. In my opinion, a person who operates the camera and does other things as well.
And I think that's my assumption.
That's a person that can be. And like I said, I would never walked out of here and be like, oh yeah, they got a camera. It was him, his co-host, and his cameraman. I might have called you that before because I didn't know until you came over and did that. I was okay. This dude knows something,
right? And that's Tom all day long.
You
Shouts out to Tom Darnell, okay?
Because believe me,
this is a great conversation that we have.
A lot of times,
I appreciate it.
I've been in situations, interviews where it's like, oh, this is me, my co-host, and this is my little brother, or who's just holding the camera. Right. He a hooper. He in high school, he played basketball, but he coming here on a Sunday. He's here on a Sunday helping me shoot because I don't have nobody to shoot. So that's what I'm saying.
So shout out to the support.
Yeah, so I know guys filmmakers who shot a whole movie and they use family members and friends to be the crew, but they had to teach them to do everything.
Right.
That guy would love to have a professional camera crew,
right?
Not just the people that were behind the camera.
Let me give you a different scenario where it kind of supports what you're saying. Let's say, for instance, perfect, Tyler Perry. He has a bunch of stars. These are the big jahs, and lack of better words, like me. Like I'm a brand that's going to make it happen, right?
Right.
But Tyler Perry might have a bunch of stars, but Tyler Perry is the guy behind the camera, just making it happen because that's his show. He puts it on, so he can replace those stars. Like, oh well, I don't want Denzel Washington. I'll put those so and so in it, and I'm going to make it happen. So on that end, if you on a high level like that, then absolutely it makes sense. Like, then we need the Tom Darnell. If you on your Spike Lee or Martin Scorsese or something like that, where you're controlling the show, then you become the most valuable, and I can replace all these other talents.
So it's about value.
Oh yeah,
it's about what value
I guess the
bring.
position, or what you're doing in that role.
It's like this. Yeah, it's very true. If I'm a filmmaker and I wrote a film called Passion 57, all right, you hip to that movie? Passion 57.
No, I don't know it.
Wesley Snipes.
That was old school.
90s.
Back in the day.
Well,
I missed that one. Sorry.
Or Blade.
Okay, Blade.
Okay. Who's the biggest actor in 1995 as a black man? No, 1998, 99.
Oh, Eddie Murphy.
99? Biggest actor?
Oh, 99. No, not 99. Wesley Snipes?
No, I mean, Denzel.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel's been the pinnacle.
You know what I was thinking of the era of Eddie Murphy where he was in
that's
everything.
80s.
Golden Child.
80s. Early 90s.
Early 90s.
48 Hours. Yeah. And Wesley. But they said, okay, so, but if you want, the reason why Wesley, out of those three guys, it was Lawrence Fishburne, it was Eddie Murphy, it was Will Smith, Denzel Washington, your boy Wesley Snipes. We're doing the Blade. Blade is going to be a half man, half vampire. He's a black superhero. All right? It'll be Independence Day. Will Smith just did Independence Day, the biggest movie of the year. Why not grab him? Right. Well, Wesley Snipes actually is a black belt in karate. He actually knows how to fight. He can beat the brakes off all these dudes in real life.
Wow.
And he's a dope
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
So we need Wesley Snipes. That's how valuable he is for this particular situation. He's more valuable than Denzel, and that's probably never been the case. He's as dope as he is, he's still not Denzel. But we need a guy who actually can fight and act. You know what I'm saying? Now
And look the part.
And be his physique. He's super cut up and everything.
Yeah.
That was Wesley Snipes. So they needed him at that point. Now, in a situation where going into a movie, people say, hey, man, all right, we got a low budget. We got $2.3 million. David, you're going to produce this. You're going to line and you're going to cast it. And we need a we don't have that. We don't have a huge budget, so we can't have a big crew. We need a guy that can do a lot with a little. let's call Michael. Michael's too expensive, and he's not that knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
He's expensive, and he's not as knowledgeable. He's great at what he does. But
he can only service in these two parts.
He needs
five.
He needs a 10-man crew along with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Or this was called Dom. I mean, it's a Don. I'm Tom. It's called Tom. Oh yeah, Tom is good. Tom is dope. Yeah, Tom is super dope, and he only needs 3 guys. Him and 3 other dudes. He can get it done. And you know what I'm saying? So that's where his value comes in.
Right.
You know, where he could be just as good as the other person. That his name might not be as big as the other guy.
Absolutely.
The other guy needs more to do what he can do in less.
Absolutely.
So I think it depends on the cameraman and then what that guy brings. It depends on the director and whether the director has more than one language and knows.
Yeah.
You know, one guy was like, man, I was going to direct this film in Honduras, but I don't know Spanish, so it's going to and we're going to hire a lot of people in Honduras.
Right.
We're going to and not bring people in. We're going to work with most of the people there.
Right.
And okay, we got a translator. Okay, we would have to have that, but I just don't feel as comfortable as I would if I knew Spanish.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm the director for this project.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite phrases is concept, and I got this from my brother. Years ago, he said concepts are worth more than ability. So one time he was designing. He's a designer, so he was designing a logo for me, but I had the concept, but he's the one that could execute it. So I pay him whatever I pay him to design it, but I'm going to make tens of thousands off the design because it's my concept.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't execute it.
Right.
I can find somebody that can execute my concepts easier than I can find somebody that can come up with a concept that's going to win. You know what I mean?
What's his name? The Apple guy.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Concepts.
He was
Like,
kind of
way
the guy
more than
the guy that knew how the algorithms and all this stuff. He was like, there's no way we can do that. We can't.
Right.
I'm the one with. I understand. You don't see, Tom. You don't understand, or Steve. You don't understand. Like the this is a motherboard,
right?
And you can't take this here and put
Steve's like, yo, just do it.
He said, man, no, take the speakers out of this boombox,
right?
And connect. He said, you can't do that. He says, you can't just take those cords and just put them there. He was like, actually, you can. You can. I didn't. Okay, yeah, I can just do. And he did this, boom, 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 boom. It came up and got a screen and connect the screen. All I need is a VGA cord. He was like, yeah, I don't know how to do what you're doing,
right.
But I'm just trying to see, what if we can do that? What if we could take a video game console and connect it with a printer? What's the word?
A keyboard.
A keyboard, and instead of playing a game, we can write a paper.
Right.
He was like, oh, that's genius. He says, yeah, I just don't know how to do it. Help me. You know what I'm saying? And so, back to Gary Vee.
Absolutely.
So you know his camera guy.
Yeah, D-Rock.
Okay.
He has like a team, but D-Rock is the main dude.
It's a main guy.
So what exactly is, when I look at Gary Vee, I follow him. And that's what you reminded me of. Not necessarily, just the energy I felt when I listened to you.
That's huge.
Hey, that's big
Let
stuff.
me keep it
That's
100.
huge.
I
Yeah.
love Gary.
Yeah, I would just do remind me because I feel like you saying things and thinking about Gary Vee. He says something it's the regular stuff. Everyone knows this information.
Sure.
I never look at this information
Be like,
and like
I've
I
never
knew
heard that. Right.
No,
Right,
same thing with you.
right.
But it's how you say, how you present it, and to me, I feel like the energy behind it. You believe this. You said something. You said something that made me follow you. It was like I think it was you. And you was like, if you're not spending 2 hours a day on your passion, no matter, I don't care how long your job is or how many hours you're working a day, if you're not spending 2 hours a day, every day, on the occupation or the career you want to have, while you're still doing the career, the path that you don't really want, then you're not serious about moving out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So, and that makes sense. And you're putting very strong information or strong statements in the simplest form is what I see Gary Vee doing and you doing. And so, but when I look at it, I mean, I know he does that. I see the sound effects and the little and the effects, the visual effects on his videos where he'll say Jim and then it'll pause. It'll go
Right. Yeah,
and then like something like that. And if that's D-Rock, then that's putting flair to his videos.
Yeah.
Because really, excuse me, if I just take a 5D and put a camera on you and you just talking good, saying the great things, and people are following you because you're just so great at what you're doing, I mean, that D-Rock guy could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? But if he's doing the camera effects and maybe he's doing a 2-3 camera setup where his camera's there and there's a camera there and there's a camera there, and you can cut in between. Is he editing too? Or I mean, huh?
You doing everything under the sun.
Yeah, right. So I think
Grabbing coffees.
Huh?
Probably getting coffees too.
Right.
Yeah, I think
so are you saying that
I saying
D-Rock alone, or are you
I'm
saying his team?
It takes two, but it started with D-Rock. And to give Gary credit, he's pretty much the person that actually allowed everybody who was the talent to start shouting out whoever the guy was behind the camera.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe because he would listen to rappers, like let's say like a Jay-Z or Drake. They shout out their producer, their main guy.
Right.
This is 40, this is my dude. You know what I'm saying? Guru, this is my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just
A lot
Blaze.
of people weren't doing that at first. They were like, if you just like this person, they ain't the top of your game, they probably would have shot you out like that until like certain people started doing it. And so
Those
they
are
made it
facts.
okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to shot my camera. And I know that personally because that's how I was. I was already hot. It's just folks was trying to keep me either secret for their business or when they saw Gary Vaynerchuk shouting out D-Rock, they started doing it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's always, it takes two.
I think, and I guess
Your talent might be your head.
I got it.
All day, but it takes two.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I think there's levels. There's the one level. Let's just as we're using this camera scenario. There's a camera guy who holds the camera. You can replace that guy. No
Right.
problem. There's somebody who they know what they're doing on the camera, and they're going to edit him. You know what I'm saying? That's more valuable and harder to replace that guy than somebody who just holds the camera. Would you agree? And then you have somebody who is they shooting, editing, like they understand the science behind getting people to watch it and enjoy it. That guy is super valuable, right? Way more valuable than the other guys. Harder to replace, yes. You probably have to pay that person more money, yes, but still easier to replace than the talent. But then there's a person who puts on the show and says, you come to me like, yo, David, I got this idea for this podcast. Look, it's going to be you, Dacia. We're going to bring in a special guest. We're going to put this whole thing together. At that point, you're the one that's irreplaceable, and now I'm easier to replace in that scenario because it's your idea, your concept. You put it on. Whoever controls the spotlight controls the show. If you put the show on, then you can replace me. You feel me? Like, it's like, yo, okay, David, you're not the right fit. Let me go get my D. Let me go get somebody else, right? So I think it's just about whose concept it is and who can execute. It pretty much comes down to execution, right? Who can execute.
And you about to say?
No, go for it.
It depends because I was the cameraman for the longest, and I was doing camera work for everybody.
Right.
Everybody. And I knew, and they're talented too.
Right.
They're talented, but a lot of people didn't know that I was an actor. They didn't know I was a writer. They didn't know that I was a director. They thought I was a camera guy for hire.
Right.
And I play my position because I don't interject and I don't tell. I'm watching people do things the wrong way, but because I know how they are, and certain people, I know they don't like being told what to do. They don't like to be corrected and nothing like that. So I just fall back. And then until it was my time until I took the time to be the artist, to be the actor, and now I'm they're here and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I knew. So if anything, I would say I replaced that person in front of the camera and put myself there. You know what I'm saying? So without me, or I just know that at some point in time, people's stuff is looking good. People's videos are looking good because of me.
Yeah.
You know, they're literally not. They're getting more than just a camera guy. They're getting the guy who knows how to direct, and they have no clue how to direct. They just know, oh, it'd be funny if I'm sitting on the toilet and my girl comes in. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is find a way to make that funny.
Right.
Outside of just visually funny, let's find out to put some bars in there.
Right.
Bars, like, make some funny dialogue going on in there.
Yeah.
Now I was on with Gary V. Like if I watch a video like this, I'm gonna show you. But like I mean, that he's in the office and there's a camera on him. Right. You know.
I don't require.
So D-Rock shot this. Most likely.
Probably.
I like
That
that.
little joint, yeah. I love it. It looked like
That's editing though.
Yeah,
But
it
the
is.
camera, if
And it's branding. And whoever came up with that idea.
right.
because if Gary came up with that and said, "Hey, yo, stop it," he put that joint on there, and we're gonna keep using it. Then he's instructing
He didn't.
How you know? Oh, Tom's a hater.
So for those that are listening, clearly we could go on with this debate we could go on and on, and we will.
I think you're a prime example of like, okay, like you knew how to do this stuff here. You was the guy behind the scenes.
Right.
Now you replaced the talent. You're both now.
For sure.
So you're gonna escalate who the talent was.
For sure.
I feel like that about the creators. They were to say, hey, look, I'm gonna go. It's like The Dream and whoever he was writing music for.
He's wrote for everybody. I mean, Beyonce.
Yeah, for sure.
He was writing for somebody. I think it was your least favorite, Neo, something like that.
You don't like Neo?
Neo said,
Don't put me out on blast.
The way she said it too, she was like,
Neo said
you look
something
close to
he's
me.
not my
that,
favorite,
like,
but
set him
it's
up
fine.
the wrong way. So Dream was just like, okay, watch this. And then he had his like 5 years of going hard, but he was just like, he was that person who was the talent. He didn't hear Dream. He wrote the content. So he was like, what'd you say? Okay, hold on real quick. And he just boom, or the Kerry Wilsons.
Yeah, Kerry Wilson.
Kerry Hilson or Drake and 40.
I got to look to be in front of limelight. You better be careful because I can come up and like,
Right.
who were you again? Like,
Right.
behind the scenes people. I feel like that's who you are. Like, it's like you like the image of where I come from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So I think that's helpful for people who are that are behind the scenes that at some point have a vision to get in front of the camera. And I think that's this is again for the listeners. We could go on and on. And so and knowing David, he probably will bring this back up.
Next
with
episode.
with other.
I'm gonna ask the next guest. What you think?
The next guest for sure. And I want to go back to you, Big Jah. So you are in Atlanta for a reason, right?
Yes.
You're not just here to come visit us. Although we really appreciate
I would
you
have
being
though.
here.
Yeah.
And that's real. I do believe that from you. Like since you came into the studio today, you've been very honest and very open. And so, but tell us why you're here. What are you doing here in Atlanta?
I'm on tour. I have a comedy tour called The Whole Crew is Stupid Tour, and it involves myself, Barry Brewer, and Minx. And this is our 5th city, and we're excited. We're at the Uptown Comedy Corner tonight at 7 o'clock. So if you don't have your tickets already, get your tickets online at eventbrite.com.
When they hear this,
they might, but they may be able to hear about another city.
They're not going to hear this before tonight.
They may not hear about Atlanta, but they may hear about some other cities. So where other cities are you?
We got Virginia Beach on the 22nd.
Okay.
And get your tickets for that. And then we have Arkansas on the 24th.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Arkansas.
And then we got
level.
Houston.
This is crazy.
Houston.
Dallas. Yeah.
I had a conversation with you, and you was like, "Yo, I think I'm putting this tour together. Me and my boy. Well, you're not putting it together, but like between you, Barry, y'all two put together." And I remember seeing it like, and I think you might have had like a city or two. Like, I know I'm gonna do L.A. You said something else, and now it just took on a life of its own.
In September we got Philly, Detroit. We're trying to get New York to make sure that the money right.
When you go home, man?
I'm going home on the 31st.
Oh, so you're on the tour for a couple more weeks.
Yeah, on a week and a half left.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say it. I'm trying to break it down I just know I'm counting down.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying myself. But the only reason why I want to get home is because I got content to make. Yeah. I got content to make, and I got a web series to finish writing. And so,
can we get a little?
Tiberius is coming to y'all again, but not in excuse me. Infomercial form. It's on commercial form. It's gonna be an actual show.
Yeah. So for all the fans listening, because I've been live. I'm sure David's been live and saying. I had people like, man, I'm a huge fan of Big Jah. They're like, man, Big Jah.
I appreciate it.
So everybody is geeked about seeing your face.
We got to do our shout outs because I actually got a call in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
But so first off, shouts out to our sponsor, Donald the Voice. Okay?
Absolutely.
If you have a podcast and you need the audio production, if you have video and you want it to be like audio ready, like making sure the audio is right, Donald the Voice is the guy. Okay. Reach out to him on Instagram at Donald the Voice. Okay. And if I'm saying it wrong, he's probably gonna punch in and just tell him the real one, the real one.
Right.
But Donald the Voice, because audio is important. Because I see a lot of even videos where it's on YouTube. It might be funny, but the audio level, like I can't hear this person and this person super loud. And so Donald makes sure all that's fine.
Everything's even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gotta shout out our sponsor, Tom Darnell, so he don't hate me. He's the one that makes our show look amazing. All my flyers, all the promotions, the production of this particular podcast, he does it. And the one thing I love about his business mostly, I mean, is the he has a membership. He has a membership where, like, say you just need, So say, for instance, you're going to drop a video, right? And you want an ill graphic for each video. He has a monthly membership. You just pay him monthly, and he does all your graphic work. Like, especially if, you know, like on YouTube, like there are a lot of people, they have like the screenshots that's designed. He does all that. So shouts out to Tom Darnell.
Yeah. That's why he feel the way he do.
Oh, he did.
I gotta ask you, man. So what does D-Rock? D-Rock? If my understanding of what he does, let's say my only understanding is he takes the camera, tripod, camera, Gary V,
and follows him on tour.
Record, action. How can that? I'm sure he does way more than that. But I'm saying that person that does that is replaceable. So I'm asking, what does D-Rock do that isn't? And that's why he ain't a cameraman there. He a production. He a production manager. How the conversation was presented to me. The question was,
you had limited information.
Yeah, is a cameraman? Because you said the cameraman is the Scottie Pippen. I was like, I don't know you that well. How did you be my home? I'm like, I would have hit you with that. What are you talking about? I've been both, and no, a cameraman. But I've also been. I've been that D-Rock though. I've been that guy that shoots it, edits it, and drops it the same day. And this is for you. Oh man, you made that. So, but a guy that puts the camera there,
and that's it.
3, 2, and backs up. That guy, anybody, my niece can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now D-Rock is not just that guy. He's not a cameraman.
Right.
A cameraman is just a guy that operates the camera and walks away. You tell him, is this okay? You like the way this looks?
Right.
All right, cool, go. But you say this guy, he is in charge of his whole video, his media production. Yeah. That guy's Scottie Pippen. I get that now.
For sure, for sure. But
is he more
without Scottie Pippen, is Michael Jordan still Michael Jordan? Or will Michael Jordan create another Spotty somehow?
I think he would have created not a Scottie Pippen, but 2 other players that Scottie Pippen would have.
He'd have still got them rings.
I think so.
That's my point. That's my point. Look, man, we got to wrap this thing up, man.
Yeah.
I got work to do.
We do.
Okay.
We do. But I do have one more question, and this we can keep it short. But I just love to know, like, I don't see a ring on your finger. Are you dating? Are you involved?
I'm dating strongly.
Okay.
And I'll have a ring on my finger probably within the next year or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
And so how is that?
See, I didn't ask because I know.
Women ask all the time.
I know John be like, "Dog, we just talked about that." But
Yeah.
Women ask all the time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm thinking I'm about to get out
I
of
don't
the.
know, because you got some fans out there. Some women might be wanting to, you know.
I told them pull up to the courthourse, make it happen, man.
Pull up on the
We'll
comedy
jump
show and shoot
You
their
can
shot.
pull up and get a strong hug.
Strong guys.
Yeah, my hug game's savage. You know, and I'll pick you up a little bit, no matter how heavy you are.
Okay.
I can do that. I'm strong.
Hug game savage.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Listen, Dacia, do you got the
Yes, so we
spotlight?
have a You Glow Girl spotlight, and today's spotlight is Simply Speech Solutions. So we were talking about video, and I actually took a course with Simply Speech. So if you're interested in leveling up on your public speaking and communication skills, you can get coaching, and this is an amazing option for those that are interested in, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're creative or you're a leader, if you simply just want to get better at using your speech in work and play or to act or whatever you want to do. Comes from, the owner is Rhonda, and she actually was a professional actress and also a business owner, and found ways to incorporate all of her experiences. She has a one-woman show called Food, and she does an amazing work with helping to get knowledge about ADHD and about eating disorders and things of that nature. And so she does a lot of great things. She was a speech language pathologist and professional actor. And so if you want to learn about how to become better at your speech, you need to tap into Simply Speech Solutions, and that's simplyspeechsolutions.com. And you can also find her on all social media platforms at It's Simply Speech, and that's at ITS Simply Speech. Thank you, Rhonda. You glow, girl. You're doing amazing work as a Black woman business owner, holding it down.
All right. Big job, man. Please leave us with some closing words, my friend.
Man, for the creators out there, people who want to create, I get the emails and the DMs about, man, I just want to do what you do, bro. What advice you give to me? I say, bro, grab a camera, whether it's a camera phone, whether it's a point and shoot, whether it's a red camera, no matter what camera, if you can record on it and you can record on it on a regular basis, use that camera and think about storyline. Don't just think about a funny idea. Think about how that funny idea is going to be how it's going to sound dialogue wise, and shoot perspective. Shoot your shot, shoot their shot, shoot a full. If it's two people, shoot two people in the camera, two people in the scene, and then take that same scene and redo it and shoot everyone's individual shots too, and then put those three shots together, and you got a dope sketch.
Absolutely.
But do it every week.
Every week.
Be consistent.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring value.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Be
Love it.
consistent.
Yeah.
Show up.
And get better. Being consistent will make you better. I promise you that. It's gonna make you better. If you look at my old videos 8 years ago, I cringe at them. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You put it on charge. All right. You got any last words?
Yeah,
Ms.
I
Ruth?
actually, one of the things that, we've been talking to a lot of people on these podcasts, and one thing that I see as a theme is like, you really have to be honest. I mean, we started off the show talking about how Big JAH is, real, and he's
100%.
transparent, and he's honest,
One of those
and it's
humble people I've ever met.
no
too.
cap, no
Thank you, bro.
fronting,
For sure.
whatever your language is. And, just don't be, I think a lot of times because of social media, we try to front.
Oh man,
We're
goof bags.
We're professional fronters, and we're trying to show up for everybody else and put on a show as to what we think they want to see, and people really connect with reality and really and
That's
with
exactly what it
honesty and truth. And so make sure that you're honest with yourself about where you are. And the saying goes that closed mouths don't get fed. And if you are fronting about what your situation is, nobody can really help you.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to really give you an opportunity, a leg up. You got to be actually honest about where you are. So be honest, y'all. Don't front for the gram. Just show up and be real and allow people to come in and give you what you need and ask for what you need. Yeah, you're going to go way further. So that's my point.
Okay, cool, man. Look, thank you for checking in, Big JAH. Appreciate you coming through,
Man, thanks for having me, y'all. I appreciate it.
On tour, you got a lot going on. I know you got to prepare for tonight, so we definitely gonna let you go. We appreciate
Thank you for coming through.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
Pleasure meeting
My
you.
pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. You too.
Make sure you share this podcast with somebody. Anybody has a vision, okay? Also, those people who make skits on Instagram just to be on Instagram and they don't make a dime. Make sure they watch this video, okay? Because I think this was absolutely powerful. So make sure you follow Big JAH. That's BIGGJAH. We got Miss Dacia Ruth at DACIARUTH. And my name is David Shans at Sleep is for Suckers. Y'all, we out here. Like, share, comment, tell your friends to subscribe. We out.
Bye.
Peace.
Yo, this is your boy, Donald the Boys. The Boys. And that's right, if you're listening, then you know a little bit of my swag, my production. I'm a voiceover artist, podcast producer, and also a little bit of a creative. And I want to offer you a special offer for this podcast listenership. That's right, head on over to DonaldTheVoice.com. And if you need any kind of commercials, promos, or advertisements, then I'll be sure to hook you up. With prices starting as low as $50 for a fully produced commercial, I'm willing to give you the best value that you can get anywhere. So once again, head on over to DonaldTheVoice.com, and I look forward to talking to you.